There is the head coach of the Panthers, Gavin, in his second season, coming back to his alma mater. And he was a great wrestler in his own right at Pittsburgh, two-time All-American, and the 2008 national champion at 174 pounds.
Hello and welcome to Pitt Beyond the Script alongside Pitt Wrestling Coach Keith Gavin. I'm Rob King of AT&T Sportsnet. Delighted to have you here, Coach. You've had a terrific season. We've all been following it. Your second year at your alma mater, and you've really turned things around. What's been behind that this year?
Yeah, thanks. It's been going well this year, and I think that we got some new kids in the program, and they've kind of elevated the level of everybody else. Some transfers, and then a guy or two that was coming off redshirt last year. So it's just a culture of the environment of everybody's trying to get the best version of themselves. So I think they're rubbing off on each other.
Now, when you go out to recruit kids, you went to Pitt. You were a two-time All-American. You won a couple national championships. Are those selling points? I mean, can you point to kids and say, this is what I've done, and this is what I want you to be able to do?
Yeah, I think so. I think, and not only myself, Pitt has had other national champions too. So we do have a pretty strong history here, and it is a wrestling area. So, yeah, when I recruit kids, I tell them, I did it, so I know that you can, because I wasn't necessarily the blue chip guy coming out of high school, but this is a place that you can develop and reach your goals.
And I think the other thing is, too, is you coached All-Americans at Virginia and at Oklahoma and ACC champions at Virginia in 2015.
Yeah, I've been around. After college, I wrestled internationally for quite a while, so I've seen what the top level of wrestling looks like, and in the recruiting process, that's what we're trying to get, guys who want to be elite.
Two-time All-American wrestler as a Panther, and now making quite the impact on this Pitt program.
He talked about how good his staff is and how much they've helped out with getting to this point. And you look at all the alumni that have come out to support the Panthers, and that's a big reason why, because what Coach Gavin is doing.
How about one more round of applause for your Pitt Wrestling alumni?
The team obviously coming off two really big wins last week. You beat a ranked team at NC State. You beat Duke.
Big takedown for Thomas. Four near falls, and there is the technical
He does it.
fall.
How about Demetrius Thomas coming up in the clutch, gives the Panthers a victory by technical fall.
Gathering some momentum here as you move towards the end of the season?
Yeah, the NC State win was big for us. We were coming off a loss to Virginia Tech and UNC, and to see our guys respond on the road against a really good team was definitely a good move in the right direction. So yeah, I think that we're wrestling well heading into the postseason, and that's when you want to be doing your best wrestling.
Why is, you mentioned Pittsburgh's got a great tradition and the area has a great tradition. Why do you think that is?
I think that it's a very blue-collar area, and wrestling's a blue-collar sport. So kids grow up and they kind of all play the same sports. You play baseball, you play football, and you wrestle.
They don't just go to Pitt. They don't just wrestle at Pitt. They're from Pitt. They're from Western PA.
You could assemble a heck of a team just recruiting that state.
I grew up in Pennsylvania in the northeast side, but it was all my friends wrestled, so I did it, So I think it's just culturally pretty popular.
You have a transfer, Mickey Philippi, who is doing great work for you this year. We're going to be talking to Mickey a little bit later on. What can you tell us about his season?
Yeah, Mickey's come along pretty well. He's gotten a lot better this year. He's always been a really tough competitor and a very tough kid, but his skills have gotten a lot better, and so that's been nice to see.
That is some great chain wrestling by Mickey here. He just got a burst of fire underneath him right there.
He's scoring more points than he has been, and that's just a testament to his work ethic.
And Mickey obviously coming over as a transfer, one of those new, fresh faces that's adding some enthusiasm to the team.
Yeah, I've known Mickey for a long time because he's from the Pittsburgh area. So when I was in college, he was one of the young kids at the clinics and the camps that I'd be going around to in the off season. So we knew what we were getting with him, and we knew we were getting a very tough competitor. But like I said, he's put in the time and he's developed the skills to the point where he's going to challenge for a national title.
Do you have aspirations or expectations for the team here as we move down the stretch?
Yeah, I think that we have a lot of potential right now. These dual meet wins are nice, but really we get judged on how we do at the national tournament. I think that we got a number of guys on our team that can have a great tournament, and they just need to kind of get themselves in the right mindset to perform to their best ability, and we can do some special things.
You talk about the national championships. Obviously, they're in Pittsburgh this year. How neat is that?
Yeah, it's really neat. It's not going to happen again in these guys' career, so it's a special opportunity for sure. You know, we try not to focus too much on it because you want to focus on your wrestling, but a lot of these kids grew up in the area too, so they're going to have a lot of family support and friend support at that tournament, and I'm sure it will be pretty special for them.
I'm glad you used the word support because we have seen with our cameras out all around the community tons of wrestlers supporting the community and doing some really interesting things.
Yeah, I mean, we just have, on our team right now, we have some good character kids, and just like how things are contagious in the wrestling room as far as becoming the best wrestler you can be, outside the room is the same. You know, they're rubbing off on each other, and they're a pretty tight-knit group, and they like to do that kind of thing.
Well, you talk about the new young faces, going back to that one more time, final question for you. Does this feel like a new beginning for Pitt? Like this has been a great season, like maybe it's the first of many great seasons to come?
I hope so. I mean, that's certainly the plan. Our guys right now most of them are coming back. You know, we have a good core group of freshmen that, you know, a few of them are in redshirt, and we got a good recruiting class coming in. So definitely feel good about the future. But we take it one day at a time and just keep trying to improve.
Heath, thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, stick around. We're going to have more coming up, more wrestling talk with Mickey Philippi when we continue on Pitt Beyond the Script. 1, 2, 3, hit!